You have to tell them, I'm the least bad option. And the 7th graders, of course, don't know anything about what you guys are doing, and they just normally blindly listen to you.
Well, they know that it's Confederacy versus Union. Is the Confederacy?
Yeah, but if they haven't learned much about it, then they're kind of lost. All right, so like I said, if we do the lesson and then have time, let's play Jenga. So proof by contradiction. Aside from what middle school students love to do, what is a contradiction? Connor?
Is it something that can't happen because of something else?
I don't know if that's the greatest way to explain it, actually. Something.
Did you bring the glue or no?
You gotta text me.
Okay.
So while I'm home, because I won't read the message.
I text you, but I wasn't sure.
What? You're always welcome to text me. Yeah, no, I forgot. I
Midnight.
would do. But again, I think Mrs. Golden probably has some if we go over there. So a contradiction. What's it mean if you contradict somebody?
You say they're wrong.
Yeah, you say like, well, actually,
Connor loves doing
right?
that.
I know.
Well, actually, technically,
Technically.
right? So in this lesson, which probably will only take us like about a half hour if I were to guess, we're gonna learn about contradictions that actually allow us to prove things.
What?
Yeah, so not like proof by prove, but proof by contradict.
Proof by not proof.
If you can prove that this won't happen, then I guess we might be able to prove that this will happen. If this won't, then that does. So, on your paper, sketch out a 3x3 square.
Wait, where did I put my pencil?
We always need paper. Right? Always need paper.
Yeah.
I have extra pencils if we need.
No, but I really like that. Oh wait, did it fall down my leg somewhere?
Do you have a hole in your pocket?
Yeah. I haven't worn these pants for a while. Can I head back to the ELA room?
Sure.
I
You're
dropped my
fine, man.
pencil on the way.
Connor, I get it. I had a favorite pencil in high school.
No, it has a nail inside of it.
Interesting. Like a legit
Why does
nail.
it have a different thing than all the other teachers? Alphabetic and the pencil. Why does it have that? For 7th grade Friday schedule.
Doesn't 8th grade schedule have one of those too?
No, but like it just says class 1, class 2, class 3.
Oh, because we
square game.
use the Greek letters for our schedule just to, in case we have to switch like alpha and beta. It's a little bit more confusing to tell kids switch classes 1 and 2 because then they're like, wait. So I go to class 2 first, and that is like confusing. It's easier to say go to beta first today. Any luck?
Guess I lost my pencil. Oh well.
Sure you didn't shove it in your backpack or something?
I may have. I normally keep it in my pocket for the whole night, but this pocket has a hole in it.
Yeah, that I could see that then.
Yeah, that.
Lost your pencil.
Have you checked your shoe?
I'm just gonna check all the way down.
Yeah, sometimes like I do this with a pencil.
All right, here are your rules.
I feel bad.
Here are your rules. I kind of like reading them better than showing them up there. So, in a 3x3 color square game, each of the 9 squares are colored. 3 red, 3 green, and 3 blue. However, all squares of the same color must be contiguous, linked along a side. So, what is and is not allowed, if you've ever played Blockus, you can kind of relate the rules of Blockus here, except not, because like this isn't allowed, right? And I think it is allowed in Blockus.
What is it allowed? Oh, die.
So, continuous connection. So, adjacent edges, right? Not adjacent points. In a 4x4 color square game, there are 4 red, 4 green, and 4 blue, and 4 yellow. Again, all squares of the same color must be contiguous, right? So we can make corners. Interesting that you say that, exponentially harder. All right, so to get information about a color square, you ask, what is in row blank or what is in column blank? You will be given the total number of squares of each color in that row or column, but not necessarily in the order that they appear in this secret arrangement. For reference, rows are numbered top to bottom. Columns are numbered left to right. Like how the world is supposed to work. No, I'm saying just how things work in America. I think numbering normal does. Okay, so this is like a legit question. In the cultures that read right to left, does numbering then go right to left, or does it still go left to right? Does anyone know?
No clue.
Google.
I'm not Googling it now. It's a question that we should sit on and be curious about.
What's
All right.
the
So also make a 4x4 on your paper. Make a 3x3 and a 4x4.
This pencil's like the.
All right. I'm gonna make mine that you have to then start guessing about, or asking questions about more so.
Wait, the door should be shut, right?
Sure, I don't care. When it's not that loud out there, I don't care, but you can shut it if you want.
Don't leave it slightly cracked for airflow.
All right, you will each get one question at a time. When you would like to propose what you think it actually looks like, you may say so.
So what are the colors?
Red, blue, and green in our 3x3.
Okay, that was my question.
All right, so Connor, why don't you take it away, and we'll just go around the room like this.
Oh, I get double questions. Okay, where are all the red? Oh wait, where are the red ones?
That is not a type of.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I can't answer. You can't ask that.
So
Oh.
it's red, yellow, and
The-
green?
what's
no,
in
red,
the-
green.
Red, green, and blue right
What's
now.
in the-
RBG.
What's in the first row?
In the first row is blue.
Just blue? The first row is just blue. Is that what you're saying?
I answered your question.
What's in the second row?
In the second row is red and green.
Okay.
What's in the first?
Akshaya, sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
What's in the first column?
Yeah, what's in the first one?
The first column is blue and red.
Alright, done.
How are you done, Jake?
I figured it out.
Literally, I don't think it's possible that you figured it out. Because there's two combinations at this point. Yeah.
It's this.
Okay, I'm a
Okay,
person.
Jake,
You show it to
You
me.
see that red one at the bottom middle? That could also be in the center. We don't have enough information at this point.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I love this class. Like, seriously, I've never had 3 before. I've had 4 before. Like,
Is this your smallest?
yeah.
What is in the third column? Oh, wait, never mind.
Whose question is it? Is it Connor's question?
Yeah.
What is in the center square?
Red.
Okay.
Oh, so you were right, Connor. You don't have to rub it in.
So now we got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And now I feel dumb.
Why?
See, isn't it this?
It's a circle.
It's that, right?
That's what I got.
Wait.
Would you like me to unveil it?
Yeah.
Did you like draw it?
Yeah. All I have to do is follow the rules.
Hey.
Heyo. Alright, you want to play again?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go. Akshay, first question.
Oh, I don't
4x4.
want to.
We'll do one more 3x3.
Okay.
Let me move this so it doesn't distract you.
I need to draw
What's
this.
the center? What's the first row?
The first row consists of blue and red.
Okay. What is the center square?
Connor's. Oh, you guys want to go this way? Okay, fine. The center square is green.
What's the bottom row?
The bottom row is green and red.
I got it.
growth mindset.
Isn't it this?
What? Give me top, like in order, top row.
Blue, red.
Next row.
Blue, green, red.
Next row.
Green, green, red.
Good work.
Yay.
Now wait. How? You got to explain yourself because Connor thinks what you're doing is impossible.
I think, yeah, because like, I don't get how you could have calculated
Well,
that
The
without.
green square had to be in the middle,
Well, yeah.
and so it has to curve down in either of the ways to the bottom.
Yeah, but how did you know it was curving down that way?
So make sure we're listening to answers, not just asking questions.
Didn't he say that this column was red?
Yeah, he said that this
He
column
did?
was red.
You said that the third column was red.
Never specifically.
I thought you did.
Indirectly, they were able to infer it, but I kind of want you to tell Connor how. I know what you did. I just don't know if you're certain of what you did.
I'm not.
Oh.
Here's the order of the questions. Y'all asked me what was in the first row, and I told you blue and red. Now, you don't know where the red is, but you know there's got to be two of something. Two blue or two red, because there can't be three of something. Otherwise, there would be only one color. So we can't, contradictions, we can't just have one color up here. We can't have three of a color. And we can't have all three colors, because I told you that. Next question was what's in the middle? Green. This is the key question, because by placing green here, we know green either has to be across here, or a corner. It can't be this corner, because we know red exists up here. This corner might be a possibility. This corner might be a possibility. This corner might be a possibility.
And then Connor asked, what's the bottom?
And then Connor asked, what's the bottom?
But it could be flipped like across the middle.
Nope. If we put green here, red has nowhere to go.
Why?
Sorry, that looks like a 6. But
No, what I'm saying is with the questions, why couldn't it have been red, blue, blue?
once
red?
we know green is here, red can't be over here.
Why can't red be over on the left side?
Because we know green is over here.
How do we know green is on the left side?
Actually, you may have been one question short and got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were.
Because
There was two.
because we didn't know which side the red column was on.
Let's do a 4x4 and see. It's going to be way harder to get lucky in a 4x4.
Is it yellow also?
Yellow gets added.
Ah!
Why did you say
I dropped my pencil.
Jake, I think it's your turn for the first question.
I don't have it made yet.
Dang it. Oh. Come on, Mr. Hudson.
Don't rush him. That's not nice.
Since when have we ever been known to be nice?
I don't know.
All right.
I was known to be nice in 7th grade. I was the nicest 7th grader, which I was proud of.
You were the nicest seventh
Yeah.
grader?
That's what people voted on. At least.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get a vote, Jake?
No. I don't think you did either.
Yeah.
I think Jake could maybe win the most absorbed in his work category
The
or
most,
something like that.
the person
The
who
most-
called people silly.
Jake gets in the zone.
Jake has a couple.
All right, do we want to do
Boys
this?
that always late to class.
Do we want to do this?
That
I feel like somebody's going to watch this video and be like, he's not teaching. What the heck?
No,
All right,
no,
who's-
we're definitely learning.
Jake has not asked a first question yet. So, Jake, take it away.
What's in the first column?
First column has yellow and green.
Oh. So wait, there's 4 of each?
4 of each. 4x4 makes 4 of each.
Okay.
Connor, it doesn't really matter which way we go.
Oh, okay. What is in the 4 center squares?
Yeah, no, we'll not answer that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, you just, okay, well, I'm not being specific about it. In the center square of the square, there are red and yellow. I guess I can't answer that.
Okay, so in the first column is what?
Yellow and green.
Yellow and green?
I was about to say, I already answered that. Not answering questions twice.
So,
After this, we should probably actually look at the lesson.
Alright.
We are learning from this, I promise you. I'm making a joke about us not actually learning anything. This is a really good activity for like thinking through.
Extra, it's your
What's
turn.
in the first?
The first row. Good question. Yellow and blue.
I know where one of the things is. I know where the green is, guys. Wait, are we working together or against each other?
I know where 3 of the blues are.
I don't know.
If we're working together, guys, the greens are in the bottom left. Like the 3 in the bottom left and then 1 on the right side.
What is in the second
Or no,
column?
it could be 1 on the top side. No, it couldn't be.
Wait, what?
Wait, yes, it could.
Mr. Hudson,
So-
what is in the second
Hold
column?
on, I'm trying to let Connor finish his thoughts because I think he
There are
needs to.
3 of the greens are in that bottom left corner.
But there's 4, right?
Yeah, but the 4th green could either be there or there. We don't have enough
The
information.
center
I only
square
have 1
is-
yellow.
The center has yellow and red,
Yeah.
so.
So
Yeah.
it either has 1 yellow and 3 red, 3 yellow and 1 red, or 2 of each.
So, if I call this my 4x4, do we think we have any locked in?
Yeah, top left is yellow.
Top left is yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And bottom left is green.
How do we know that?
Because, okay, the top row is not green.
Middle squares are not green.
Middle squares are not green.
But
So the bottom left has to be green. Because we know there's a green in that column. And then the 2 next to it also have to be green. Because it has to be continuous. And so,
Both these?
only one of them.
no,
has.
never mind. The one on top of it has to be green.
Remember, let's only write down what we're certain of.
Wait, no, the one to the right of it has to be green. Sorry.
How do we know that?
Because it has to be continuous. And so,
Yeah,
like,
it could go up.
Contiguous, but yes.
if it goes up, that would be 3. We still need a 4th one. So there has to be a green there.
So even if
Oh, yeah,
green
so
goes
there
this
can't be green
way,
in the middle.
it's stopped by yellow.
Yeah.
So there can't be a green in the middle.
Oh yeah, and you guys already said here can't be green.
Yeah.
Okay, so we couldn't go up and kick over.
Alright. What?
Akshay?
I thought it was my turn.
I don't know who's okay. I don't care.
I thought it
Whoever's turn it is. You guys probably keep track better than me.
Okay, what is in the second column?
Everything.
So wait.
Wait.
Blue, red, yellow, and green. If I am being specific.
That
That
tells
tells us that there has to be a yellow.
there has to be a blue in
Yeah, the
top.
first row has.
Or wait,
yellow.
yeah.
There has to
The
be a
top one has to
blue,
be blue.
blue in top 2, like next to the yellow on the right.
You're saying put a blue here
Yeah.
and here?
No.
I think also in there, but we're not.
Oh
there yet.
yeah, because blue isn't in the middle. It's yellow and green, right? Or yellow and red.
Yellow and red. And then also we know that the one under the
We know
yellow.
where all the blues
The
are.
one under that blue.
So
has
this
to
is
be
blue?
Yeah.
We know where all the blues are.
All those 4 like in a row have to be blue.
This? I don't know what you mean all those four.
That one and then the one below it.
Yeah, those have to be blue.
Okay.
And then the one below the
And
top
then-
left has to be yellow.
And then also the one right next to it has to be yellow.
Wait, what?
This?
No, wait,
Oh
can't.
yeah, it
no.
does.
Or
No,
Yes,
wouldn't
it
it be
does.
the one
We know
below
where all
that?
the yellow
well,
is.
no,
The
no,
one
because
below.
it could be the one below it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know that. We have.
No,
we have
because
to.
there's red in that
Wait,
column
is it my
too.
question?
Yeah, wherever he's pointing, I think red should.
That has to be yellow right there.
No,
And then
no,
red has to be below.
it could be
Oh
red
wait,
as well.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
it
Yeah,
doesn't
does.
have to be.
Because then yellow would be.
I know it. I figured it out.
What's in the third column?
To make it easier, so you guys can tell me where to put things.
Oh, okay. What's in the? Yeah. What? Yeah.
What's-
In
wait,
the
no,
third-
No, sorry. What's in the third row?
Third row. Yeah.
Good catch
I
there.
figured it out.
In the third row?
Row.
Row.
Mr. Hudson, did
I
get
thought you switched to column, but okay. In the third row is yellow and red.
Oh shoot.
Okay.
I messed up.
Jake's like, that's the.
I thought you got there a little quick, Jake.
Wait, isn't there?
Okay, wait. So then what's in
I
the
love how many times you guys have said wait.
There's everything.
I'm not trying to move forward, and you're saying wait.
What's in the
So
third
in the second row.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
yellow and red?
What's in the third? Is it your question?
I don't know.
Wait, in the second row or column?
Jake, I think it's your question.
Okay, so the
What did
third,
you say before?
the third
The
column.
third row.
No, the third row
And the fourth row
Yeah.
is green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay. Then I'm right.
No, I didn't mess up. I didn't mess up.
You didn't mess up. Woo.
All right, what goes in A?
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
What goes in B?
Yellow.
What goes in C?
Red.
D?
Red.
E?
Red.
F?
Green.
Oh, I just told you guys these.
Wait a minute.
Did you
Hold
not
on, I
get
did
that?
mess up.
What did you get?
That is it.
Yay!
Wait, which one? Oh, you put the green. No, because there's no green in the third row, and also it's all green in the bottom.
That was fun.
Oh.
So, this is a fun little game that you can play with your friends. Real easy if all you have is Post-its. Or any paper, honestly. But this establishes kind of how we're going to think today. If we can prove certain things can't happen, we can often use that to prove that other things do happen. So, here we go. I guess we'll start with this. We're a little short on time, so I'm probably going to try to move kind of quick, so tell me if I need to slow down. Rena's stuck on the color score game at the right, so she asks her teammate Wilma for a hint. Wilma says, you should know that the bottom right corner must be green. Brianna disagrees with Wilma. I have not met anyone named Wilma in a long time. She says, I know the green can't go in the top corner, but I think the middle right square could be. So this is what we know about the column and about the row.
No, it could not be.
Why? How could it be?
No, it couldn't be. We know the whole right row. We know that the top two are red and the bottom one is green.
Also, the two red in that equation have to be connected.
They have to be connected, so they can't be in the two corners. So the middle square can't be green.
So if red has to be connected,
And they have to go there, those two.
and there's only one red in the top row, and we know there are two red in this row, yeah, you guys are on it,
And then
right?
we
So
also
that
know where the third red is.
that cannot happen. Third red could maybe be here.
Yeah, it has to be. And then the third blue is in the left middle, and then the bottom.
So wait, if this is all we know, can we figure out the whole thing?
Yeah.
Interesting. So those rules that tell us what we can and can't do, establish a lot of good, like, well, then this, and then that, and then that, and then we're done.
Probably.
Let's try that over here.
I thought you were talking about like the singer for a second, and I was like, what?
Let's try that over here.
I know the person's name is Rihanna, but I thought like the singer Rihanna.
So, we have seen this many, many times before.
It's a
They're supplementary.
They're supplementary. We say that we know this. So, when we write the conditional of it, we say if. When we see this, what is our conditional statement?
Two sides are same side interior angles.
Well, if we make it if then.
If two angles are inside interior angles.
I thought we normally started with parallel lines.
Oh, if there are two parallel lines cut by a transversal, then
Then the same side interior angles are supplementary.
oh yeah.
So what would be the converse of that?
Okay. If the same side interior angles equal 180, then the lines are parallel.
Yeah!
Yay, I did it!
So remember, converse doesn't use knots. This is the reminder I'm trying to make. Converse flips it around. Jake, you with us? So, we can use this in the other way, though. If, instead of saying the two angles are supplementary, if the two angles, same side interior, right, are not supplementary, then the lines cannot be parallel. That would be a proof by contradiction. So if x and y are not supplementary, if,
No,
right?
I understand that.
Okay.
What I was thinking is, if you had perpendicular lines, would x and y be equal to?
Y wouldn't exist. If these two lines are perpendicular, then a transversal is going to create a triangle.
Yeah. Oh, so
So we'll look at that
Oh,
relationship.
so they would be.
Well, they would be what?
Well, complementary, not
Complementary, not supplementary. I love how much vocab we use.
vocabulary.
So, speaking of that situation, if two lines are crossing each other skew and we place another transversal on them, what we actually create is a triangle eventually, right? Because if the lines aren't parallel,
That already
How are those-
equals when I don't know.
How are those lines not parallel?
No,
so,
that triangle isn't a triangle.
What?
so, I probably clicked slides too quickly, but we just said if the two angles are not supplementary, it's not parallel. But what we also said before that was if the two angles are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. So, what's actually happening here?
Bad drawing skills.
I mean, not wrong. You're not wrong.
Wait, that's impossible.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, Jake. Okay.
How can we justify this?
Because the third angle can't be 0.
If angle A and angle C are supplementary, then angle E, well, if they make a triangle, right? Angle E would be 0? That doesn't make sense, right? That cannot happen. Not only does it not make sense, it literally is impossible. You cannot have a 0-degree angle. So, by contradiction, AE and CE are parallel.
And it doesn't make a triangle.
And it's not a triangle, and somebody needs to learn how to draw. Does that make sense? So sometimes the drawing just kind of sucks. Trust the math, not the drawing, right? Trust the math. Degrees that are labeled, we use those. So try this on your own. I don't really want to say anything.
Together or like?
Jake, come back with us.
Okay.
Like together between us?
Yeah, together.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what I just thought of.
No, there's this like.
Oh, okay.
You guys can go up there if you want, or somebody can.
Oh, well that's. I shouldn't be saying that. I know it's the bad word. Wouldn't it just be like? Oh, right. Baz.
Is that a 780 or
Or it
That's
should be-
180.
Okay.
Should be
Do
better.
the one really bad.
Yeah, I know.
I know. It's a perfect one. How would that be a 7? It's a straight
No,
line.
it is.
Oh, that looks 750.
Yeah, right?
Poke.
I have the poker.
I have the bunker.
Oh, that would hurt.
Oh yeah, we need to finish so we can play bonk Jenga.
Bonk Jenga. If you knock it over, you get bonked.
Actually, you lose 100 points.
Superior conjecture from problem. Thank you. What?
This is why I said I didn't want to say anything. I hope we're all reading B. So a
Oh,
technical,
I know what these things are called.
a technical proof by contradiction. We start out by saying, forget what we want to prove. Let's just prove the opposite can't happen. So we start with an assumption of the opposite of what we want.
I don't like
And then we work to say, well, that doesn't work. And then we can say what we want.
Yeah.
So we can do like triangle BAZ.
That's not a.
So we're actually talking about 35 now. They want us to loop back to 35.
Oh.
So back in 35, here with our XY. What had we said initially?
They're supplementary.
The lines are parallel, they're supplementary, or if they're supplementary, the lines are parallel. So what would be the opposite of that?
If they're not supplementary, the lines aren't parallel, and if the lines aren't parallel,
But that's the opposite of both.
If they're not supplementary, if the lines aren't parallel, they're not supplementary.
Did I go back too far? Yeah, I did.
Is this 235?
Okay, so if, sorry, I went back too far. If this is our model that we're working with, and if we don't have parallel line markings, right, what would be the assumption that is the opposite of what we'd like to prove?
That, well, this line and this line would intersect at some point?
Yeah, so they're not parallel, right? So let's start out by saying BY and AZ are not parallel. If that's true, then
Perfect. Nope, that's not right. AZ.
and they already told us enough that we figured out BAZ is 180 minus X. Actually, wait, I think we labeled that wrong. I think you meant ABY.
Whoa, what the heck?
It was not lined up correctly.
So I think this right here, I think that should be ABY, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it should.
Yeah.
Connor, you're wrong. Oh, don't
It said BAZ. Oh, I didn't read the equation.
silly.
I just looked at the one number or letter.
Abby. So angle Abby is 180 minus X. We know that because they gave us a given of supplementary. So if we say that BY and AZ are not parallel, then what happens?
Well, then we know that
X and Y are not supplementary.
X and Y are not supplementary, and wait, but we know they're supplementary.
So then the lines have to be parallel.
So if lines aren't parallel, we just said they create a what?
triangle.
A triangle. And in a triangle, can two angles be supplementary?
No.
No, because the three angles are supplementary. So, and guys, sometimes I just show you kind of what the book says because I sometimes trip on my words.
Tripping. Jake,
Not myself.
So here is what we can say.
messed around with a 9.
Here is what we can say. Hey, let me finish the lesson, then we can do a little Jenga. If BY and AZ are not parallel, then they're going to create a triangle, right? So there's going to be some angle out here. Those three angles would form 180 based off the triangle angle sum theorem, and therefore Q has to have an angle measure. But from what they told us, Q can't have an angle measure because these are supplementary. So this is impossible. And therefore, we've proven the opposite of what we started with, which is the fact that they are parallel.
But, so, what would a 0-degree angle look like? Would just
It
be
doesn't,
like
because it doesn't exist.
Because, like, if you go for a straight line, that's 180 degrees. Is that why a 0-degree angle doesn't exist?
Yeah, so a 180-degree angle exists, quote unquote. All right, one more, I think.
Zero-degree angle is just nothing.
I'll give you guys the last 10 minutes for Jenga. I think we still got a couple minutes so we can do math.
So if
44? No. Because it's Friday, let's start here on Monday. Let's just start here on Monday to refresh our brains.
homework today?
If you want to do it. Otherwise, do it next week. If you get a chance to do it over the weekend, do it. It's just practice about stuff like this. We should check next week our proof by contradiction homeworks to make sure that we're all doing this like well and that we understand it. But yeah, you guys can take the next like 8 minutes to just play Jenga.